going on in this small tiny nation. Every day we getting somebody coming from another nation. Near and far, they come here and they prosper. Hey. Illegal migrants don't care, I wonder if they were invited here. Broken laws. Who cares? Welcome to the Bahamas, where anything goes and the citizens are sitting in the second row whilst everybody else is treated like first class. Now you see why I'm mad. I mean, this feels like an invasion. They come here and doing better than you and me. No expenses paid, tax free. This been going on since 1973. These people been living more independent than me. They don't care about the law, the natural born citizen of this country. Lousy leaders are to blame, always looking for votes, always crying about something to get in. The blame starts for change. Time for change, time to free ourselves from citizen oppression. Welcome to the Bahamas, where anything goes and the citizens are sitting in the second row whilst everybody else is treated like first class. Nah, you see why I'm mad. I thought they said this land was for Bahamians. What a joke, this is worldwide invasion. Come on and take the whole pie. Keep your eye on the leaders though, cause if it gets dark too early, most likely they just sold the sun out the sky. And if the beach look like gold rocks, it's because they sold all the sand. Greedy, lousy politicians, all they good for is selling off our islands, our beautiful Bahama land. I've been tired, time to change it. I'm giving it one more try. Just want a better Bahamas, just need a future for our sons and daughters. This time around I'm voting for the CEO. Anything is better than what I've gotten over the last 25 years. What a mess, I think it's high time Bahamians are first. I see plenty in this country and all of that is mine. Tired of sitting in the back row while everybody else eating the peas and rice. That's why I vote in CEO. Change ain't coming, change is here, change ain't coming. Change ain't coming, change is here, change ain't coming. Change ain't coming, change is here, change ain't coming. Change ain't coming, change is here, change ain't coming.
Whoa, girls, we out doing it.
Well, Mr. Lincoln Bean, I had to agree with you. I had to wait to agree with you until this shit happened. Well, I started working in the construction sector, and as you can see, I off today. I don't have nothing to do anymore because the Haitians get all the work now. The Haitians get all the construction jobs. So if you was a carpenter and you was work for 200 a day or even 150, you can't make that no more because the Haitians working for 100. So I understand what you're saying, Lincoln. I used to painter and I actually used to help work, but I can't get a helper spot right now because too much Haitians on the job. There's nowhere for me to work. But they say that the young Bahamian men lazy, they don't want to work, but this is why I ain't to work. And I used to skilled painter, and it's hard for me to go on the site and find a skilled painter job because anyway I go there like $80 a day. Like, I'm a skilled painter, I have all my tools. Why are you trying to give me? I just give him $80 a day. Hey boss, just make it. Yeah, I make it $80 a day. Oh, that's why, because Haitians taking over. That's it. For
we live in a country where more than 70% of those who are a part of our educational enterprise. Illegal immigrants, we have a problem that needs to be addressed. Brethren and sisters, there is a humane way, yes. There is a need for labor force, yes. But we are in an age where in a particular school in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas, children of illegal immigrants lift up a particular flag and dare Bahamian students to pass that way because they declare that is their territory. This is what we are up against. And unless somebody is brave enough to say that
Amen. Amen. Right, Seton.
what happens. So after all, we fought for the Bahamas, for Bahamians, and after 57 years, there ought to be a Bahamian people who are prepared to take charge and to decree and declare that while we celebrate what others have done and while we sympathize with the plight of others, we do not do so at our own peril, so we cannot cut off our nose to spite our face.
If they just kept operating according to what was acceptable and what was the standard, black people would never be liberated. If it were not for operating outside of the box and breaking rules, we would not be celebrating 50 years in an independent Bahamas. Y'all talk to me now. I'm talking revolution. In order to access the rights, the privileges, and benefits we enjoy today, our founding fathers in this country had to push the envelope, break some rules, and challenge the system. That's why you have the benefits you have. Because most people who are opposed to change are those who selfishly benefit from the way things currently are. Even at the expense, in most cases,
Good evening, everyone. We are here at the Empowerment Center on West Bay Street and Chippenham. If you know where that is, that's where we are. You can meet us here. Come on down, come hang out with us. Remember, we are open 7 days a week from 9 to 5. So you can hang out with us, you can chat with us, you can meet your candidates, or you can send a message to your candidates. We are here to help you. We are here for you. Welcome, Bahamas. Welcome, Coalition of Independence Nation. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are happy to have you. Share this link, share with somebody, tell somebody we are here, we are back, and we will be here to speak about the topics that concern you today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We want to encourage you and let you know also that we are on all our social media platforms. We're on YouTube as well as Facebook. So you can go on YouTube and you can share the link, as well as Facebook, and you can share the link. Listen, let's do our ministry. Let's evangelize. Tell somebody who will tell somebody who will tell somebody again that we are live. We are here with topics that are, listen, pressing in our nation. Pressing in our nation. So welcome, welcome, welcome again. We have a small amount of announcements and I'm about to give them to you. We just opened our Golden Gates headquarters. Miss Charmaine Adley just opened her Golden Gates headquarters. So yay! And we thank you for our in-house guests. Welcome as well. Welcome. We're happy to have you. We have Elizabeth Estates as well as open. Miss Donna Major. Yay! Let's give her a round of applause. Yes, North Andros, the Berry Island. Mrs. Indira Lang, that's open as well. We have the Elizabeth Estates, I said that already. And we want to send out our condolences to our leader, our president, Mr. Lincoln Bain, on the passing of his sister this morning. We want to tell you that we are praying for you. Our hearts and our prayers are towards you. And we thank you for your service. Even as you are in your bereavement, you are here for the Bahamian people. We want you to know that we are here for you, sir, and we thank you for your service. Today is going to be amazing. Today is going to be provocative. Today is going to be exciting. We're going to talk about a pressing thing that's going on in our country. BPL bills. We're going to talk about BPL. Anybody know about those bills that look strange and they look like they came from another place, or you live in Kelly's or somewhere else? Like, what's going on with these bills? We're going to talk about that. Mr. Bain, our president, is going to explain exactly what is going on. You know, when you come here, you get information, you get educated on the things that you need to know. You don't leave here ignorant anymore. And I think that's what's going on in our nation. They are afraid of the Bahamian people being knowledgeable of what's happening in our country. And we thank you for tuning in every Sunday. And we're sorry for being late today. Let me recognize that. We're sorry for being late, but we want to thank you for being here with us every Sunday as we unveil and as we reveal things that are pressing in our nation, hot topics, things that concern you. And today is going to be no different. I'm going to be joined shortly with Mr. Lincoln Bain and Miss Maria Dotson. Give them a round of applause. You know that Miss Maria Dotson is the candidate for Bamboo Town. And she's everywhere being that person. She's that it girl who is going to do it. It doesn't matter who it is, that giant is going to come down, because Maria is going to stand up for you and I. And we give thanks to her for doing that. We appreciate you. We love you. We love you for standing up. And guess what? We got your back. We got your back. You are not alone. You are not alone. So we're going to come right in, and then we have a secret segment. I'm not going to tell you what it's about now, but it's going to be pretty exciting. So the first segment is going to be about BPL, and we're going to find out what's going on with these bills. Every time you check, the bill is going higher and higher and higher, and we're not getting any resolution. We're not getting anything. I know there was a show recently, and they were talking about what is going on with the generation of whatever it is. I wonder, it's just me, and this is my opinion, this is nobody else's. If we live in the Bahamas and we have sun, the sun shines in the Bahamas almost 365 days, right? Why are we still using these things? Why aren't we on solar generation? What are we doing? And we know that Mr. Bain has the vision to push us forward into the new Bahamas, and we thank him for that. And we need a new Bahamas. The people are crying. The people are tired. The people are tired of carrying the taxes, the burdens, the pain of what is going on in this country. We need help. We need relief. We need vision. And today we're going to talk about that pressing topic. So right now, we're going to welcome Mr. Lincoln Bain, our president, and we're going to welcome Miss Maria Dotson as we tackle the topic of BPL and what is happening. If you have any questions, you can put them down in the comments. Somebody is going to be reading, and then we'll have someone to read them out, and we'll have someone to address them as you put them in. So feel free to put it down in the comments, and we're going to address them for you today. We'll be back in a minute with Mr. Lincoln Bain, the president, and Miss Maria Dotson, our David. They're going to come forth and they're going to share with us what exactly is going on with these bills. I want to know. I'm sure you want to know. We as the people need to know, because we don't need any more taxes. We don't need any more burdens. We need relief, and we need resolution now. We're saying that we need it now. Right now, we need that. So we're going to take a little break, and they're going to come on, and we're going to talk about it. See you soon.
I am live in Grand Bahama in Marco City with Miss Irma, and she's 85 years old, and she just got a message for the young people. What you got to say to the young people, Miss Irma?
I just wanted to apologize to y'all because at 85, all my years, I didn't know what I know now, what Mr. Bain talking about. I didn't know. And I am so sorry. I apologize to y'all. But y'all listen to Mr. Bain. God sent him to free us. Really free us.
So you didn't know about the natural resources?
Didn't know about the natural resources. And right here in Grand Bahama, didn't know what was
You
going
thought we
on.
had none.
Child,
So you couldn't fight for us if you didn't
couldn't
know.
fight. Didn't know. Didn't know.
But now we know we got to fight, right?
Oh yeah.
Well,
Oh,
we can
yeah.
fight in honor of you.
Yes, sir.
You
Thank
work hard on this land, and we can fight for you.
Thank you.
Ms. Irma was F&M all from 1972. She voted PLP once in 68. And from 72 to now, she was F&M. But this time, she decided to be COI. Why you want to be COI?
Yeah.
Because I know the truth now. And the Bible says the truth shall set you free. So I'm free. You know?
Yes.
Thank you. We can fight this fight for you. They say the old people stuck in their ways and they're not catching on. But I tell you, the majority of the elderly people, they now see the truth. And they are going to help us to bring that change.
Well, she tell us about there was a gate between Freeport and 8 Mile Rock.
Yes, it was.
You sure?
Yeah, man. In the 70s, I think it was.
Oh.
When they first opened.
They put a gate up.
They put a gate up.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, we could break down all those gates and all
Thank
those
you.
barriers, and we are going to deliver this country back to the Bahamian people. Thank you, Ms. Irma.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you too. Thank
And welcome back again. We are here live. And we're here with Ms. Jackson, and we're here with our president, Mr. Lincoln Bain. We have a lot of pressing questions, and that, listen, everyone has pressing questions as it pertains to BPL and what's going on. We want to know. And if you know anything about Ms. Jackson and Mr. Bain, they come with receipts. They come with evidence. They don't just speak to have themselves like some people we know. They come with the evidence to back up what is being said. So we're excited to have them on this segment of the show. Welcome them in-house. Welcome them on our platforms. Welcome, welcome. We're happy to have you. Good afternoon, my fellow Bahamians.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here.
Before we get into the BPL situation, I have a question for you, Mr. Bain.
Yeah.
There was, I think it was a clip going around with, the chairman of the PLP. I think that's the chairman of the PLP, Mr. His name slips me at this time, right? Mr. Mitchell, right? So I want to know, Mr. Bain, I know we try to do our best to keep it as classy as possible. And I want to tell you, Coalition of Independents, forgive me, please, because I did get it for that last time. Coalition of Independents, I want you to try your best to keep it classy, because we're not going to go lower and lower and lower. We're going to keep our standards high, because this back and forth thing, we know it's silly season, but we're not going to be silly in this season, because we have a people to lead, and we have a people to inform, and we have a people to get over to the new Bahamas. But I need to ask you this question. There was something addressed to you as it pertains to, what was that? Were we to, the coalition of something, he said. He called us the coalition of, what was that? Oh, the coalition of, wow, the coalition of idiots. As the president of the Coalition of Independents, I'm sure we're not idiots. We have a lot of educated people here, people who stand up for Bahamians every day. I don't know if that's the definition of idiots, people who stand up and who are there for Bahamian people all the time. I mean, I know you don't want to address this, right? But I wanted to ask you this. What is your comment, or what do you have to say as it pertains to the comments made about the Coalition of Independents, like he said, the coalition of idiots? What do you have to say about that? Is there anything you'd like to say?
Not really, you know. I mean, Fred Mitchell, I'll be honest with you. When I heard the insulting, not the first one he did, but he called it idiots, right? Whenever you're in an argument with someone and they don't really have an argument and you're winning the debate, they resort to name calling, all right? And so that's what they're doing. They can't argue with us on any of the issues and the national issues that we present to the people. They can't say that we're wrong about anything that we're presenting to the Bahamian people on the natural resources and carbon credits, on putting the Bahamian first, on giving us our crown land, or anything that we put forward. So what they do now is they decide to just call us names and just keep repeating that and hope that people will believe that, hope that it will catch on. And so name calling actually shows who the idiot is. If people normally project, when they're the idiot, they'll normally call you an idiot. And so I was tempted to really drop an atomic bomb on them today. Oh. And I will tell you that I was going to list off all of the court cases that all of their MPs have, all of them do. And I actually already had the file here with all of them. Every member of parliament you can think of, Philip Brave Davis and his lawsuits. I don't think they want us talking about that. And the fact that he was condemned to go to jail twice. Wow. They applied to send him to jail once, and a judge actually authorized him to send him to jail for another civil matter. There's been civil matters with Fred Mitchell, a lot of them. He was even sued for defamation, wow. All right, for slanderous comments that he made against an attorney and other things. He had a lot of civil cases. I could name a lot of their members of parliament who have had civil cases, so that's not a big deal. But what they were trying to do was distract from the real issue that we were talking about. We were actually talking about so our Ministry of Social Services that takes our tax dollars and giving it to immigrants. And us and many persons have a problem with that. Right thinking Bahamians have a problem with that when you have all these Bahamians or they're suffering. So what he tried to do was distract from the conversation. Wow. And I'm saying to all right thinking, intelligent Bahamians, don't let the old politics work. Whenever they know they get caught in their nonsense, they try to distract you with something else. All right. And so what they did was they decided to just start talking about something that's nothing to do with the public. Right. All right. Yeah, I had a civil lawsuit. That's two business people had a disagreement. We let it go off the side, and that's that. Right. That's done with. And so I'll be honest with you. What really disappointed me was the news media. That Eyewitness News is now acting like the Punch. Wow. To even play his nasty, disgusting voice notes. And they pretended like there was a war of words. They actually said there's a war of words between me and him. I never responded to him. Right. I didn't respond to him. And I'm not going to respond to him. If the Bahamian people feels that someone who would go to he called the chairman of our organization names, insulting names, wow. All right, and spoke negatively about her because she spit the truth. She said, what's a group of idiots? A group of idiots can't making $3 billion and can't build a hospital. That's some idiots. A group of idiots can't keep our lights on when they have a monopoly. Yes. If you have a monopoly and you've made $2 billion under this administration since September of 2021, and you made $2 billion and you can't keep lights on, you're an idiot. All right. This is dealing with a national issue. All right. Yeah. This government, and I'm going to get to this, has made $12.28 billion from September of 2021. This administration, $12 billion, $12.28 billion to be exact. Billion. Wow. Where the money gone? Where the money gone? Tell them question me. Tell them challenge me. Right. Tell them lock me up for defamation finally. Tell him sue me for slander if any word I've ever said has been wrong. All right? So you made $12 billion and you can't get this country right? Wow. You're making more than most major companies in the world and you can't get this country right? That's an idiot. You got $12 billion and don't know what to do with it. And so Charlotte addressed him on those things and he decided to come out and start getting nasty. If Bahamians want more of that, then so be it. All right? But I don't have time for that. We have to focus on the new Bahamas and building this new Bahamas. Now, if they want me to take some time, because I got time on my hand, if they want me to take some time and really outline all of their lawsuits that they've had and all of their scandals, I can do that. I could have a whole live show for the rest of the year, every day for the rest of the year and outline them, but I don't have time for that. Right. I told everyone it will not be distracting to that. I will not be answering Fred Mitchell. Fred Mitchell, if you love this country, like I love this country, let's put a vision for this country forward. and let's move this country forward. But y'all don't have any vision for this country. All y'all want to do is take this country backwards and rape and rob this country like you've been doing. And so I'm not interested in that. I am interested in the new Bahamians taking this country to the next level. All right. So I'm not going to be in any back and forth with them. See, what happened is Fred wanted to get me in the back and forth with him to cause a distraction.
Right.
But, you know, I'm not just a chess player. I just make the chess boards. I'm not playing on your board. Right? Because I ain't playing with Fred at all. I'm not playing on your board. You want me going back and forth with you to cause a distraction? I'm not interested. All right? You go run on with whatever you want to run on with, as much as you want. We can run on with the issues of this nation. We want to know what you all do with our tax money. Right? We want to know what you all do with it. All right? We want to know what you all do with our NIV money. Why is NIV broke? Why a monopoly that has made $2 billion, we get into that right now.
Thank you.
And since 2021, $2 billion under y'all. Why that broke? I can make $2 billion and be broke. But we can get into that. So I don't have any time on no back and forth. Like I said, I was just disturbed that Eyewitness News would do that to themselves. And maybe it's because their owner now is interested in politics, so they got to start their political attacks now. Right. And even if that's the case, I really don't care. That's his station. He can do what he wants with it. But the media should be unbiased, and they should focus on what's going on in this nation. What was disturbing about that transaction was they didn't talk about what it really was about. They didn't talk about the fact that that was about social services. Wow. And we played the evidence. It's giving our money to immigrants. They didn't mention that in that clip, which is really what we were talking about and what Fred was responding to us about. They just mentioned the little slanderous foolishness that he was running on with. Right. And they didn't mention any of the national issues that our chairman brought up. Right. He brought up national issues, right. But instead of playing that, they played the nonsense that Fred Mitchell was running on with. Oh, pay that woman, pay the woman, right? And other nonsense he was running on with, calling her names, et cetera, et cetera. And so we know that they are disturbed. Last thing I'm going to say on this, and Fred could respond however he wants, we could be dealing with national issues. Right. No, in fact, I'm not even going to go on with that. I'm going to leave it right there. We have some issues to focus on. Right. People are hurting. Yes, right. People can't pay their light bill. And people are sweating every day in their houses. Mosquitoes eating them. This is a crime against humanity, what is going on. I can show you the facts of what's really been happening.
See, we've already started hot. Yeah. We've already started hot. So get your water, whatever you need to step on, because it's going to be fire today. It's going to, not that kind of fire, y'all. We're going to have the facts leading the way. I don't know if some of you remember years and years ago when it was time for election. We used to watch that next. I'm not telling you my age, but we used to watch the national station, right? And during the time of election, there was a particular movie that came on over and over and over again. Roots, right? I remember it. I was a child, and I could almost say the words verbatim because of how many times they played that, wanting you to feel as if this is all you can have. Yes. This is all we can afford. This is all we need as a people. Listen, we are beyond roots. Yes. That's right. We are in the new Bahamas and we're moving forward. I'm speaking by faith because I believe that God has sent us in this place to take over the land of the gospel generation. We're not going to sit idly by and just take what you say. We want to see the receipts. Yeah. We want to see the evidence. As a people, we are educated enough by Mr. Bain and Ms. Daxon as they go forth and they unveil. They take everything off and they show you what is going on in our country. They showed you what's going on in social services. We know what's going on in BPL, but we're going to get more information in that. People, don't be distracted. Right? People, go and register to vote. Go and register, get your families in, because if you don't vote, that is a vote. If you sit at home and you say, I'm not voting because everybody is the same, well, we have never been in Parliament. We are now in Parliament because of Mr. Iram, right? We're now in Parliament now. Thank God for that. But we have never been in there. We need to remove the red and the yellow now. we need to remove them now, because guess what? We're not going through this cycle over and over and over again. It's insanity. I want to say to the teachers who go back to school tomorrow, welcome back, and we pray that everything goes well. And we've noticed, I don't know if you've noticed, Mr. Bain, I think it was over 100 Cuban teachers are coming into our system. I don't understand. We have Bahamian teachers who are well capable, who are sitting home, who have not been called into the system. I don't know what's going on. The Bahamas is for Bahamians. I'm going to say it again. The Bahamas is for Bahamians. We are not anti anybody, you know. We want people to come in and assist us, but we want you to come in the legal way. We don't need you to sneak in on a boat, and we're not just talking about the Haitians, we're talking about the Cubans, we're talking about the Africans, we're talking about everybody that's here. If you come in the wrong way, we need you to be out. Because the Bahamas is for Bahamians. Mr. Bain spoke about Bahamian people suffering, Bahamian women sleeping on the beaches, Bahamian women doing things that they don't want to do. You can imagine Bahamian women doing things they don't want to do to put food on the table. It's that bad in our country. What are we doing as a people? What are we doing as a people? And we keep putting up these signs and these colors, and we're saying to the Bahamian people, this is all you deserve, because this is all we ever got as a people. But guess what? We're moving up. Remember that we're moving up to the east side? Yeah. That's what we already in the promise. Paradise is going to be paradise, not just for the tourists, but for our Bahamians. Yes. So before I start up another thing, I'm going to open the floor to Mr. Bain, and we're going to address BPL. We're going to address the social services issue. I don't know which one you want to do first, because both of them are really like, we need to know what's going on.
Well, we'll start with BPL, because we touched on social services a little bit. Thank you. I'm trying to make sure I'm powered up and I don't get all. All right. So I want to start with BPL, okay, because Bahamians are suffering. Businesses are shutting down. Businesses can't afford to stay open. There's a lot that we can't do in this country because we can't afford electricity. We can't do manufacturing because it wouldn't make sense. And it has to be a reason this is going on. And so people are looking at their bills. So the government sham them, they always try this trick. They'll start to tell you how they did some things to make light bills go down. And they always say that around November, December, they'll start to say, yeah, we put some stuff in place and you can start to see light bills going down. Other administrations did it too. And that's because light bills normally go down in December because it's less. Heating and cooling is what makes your electricity bill go up. Anything that does heat or cold. And so whenever the winter is coming, they know your bill is going to go down. So they swing you. And then they start to say, look at the good job that we did. And then they start to play dumb when summer is coming back around. All right. And so you will see the real bills. Well, we are a hot country, so we need it to be a manageable price all the time. But why is our bill so high? Why is our bill so high? There's a reason our bills are so high. And I'm going to outline the 10 reasons your bills are so high. And that's the 10 times you pay your one bill. Wow. You are paying one bill 10 times. And that is why your bills are so high. Your bill is 10 times what it should be. My God. And I'm going to break that down for you in a second. I'm going to outline it, and then once we have some time, I'm gonna actually show you some things that's going to be quite shocking. So make sure everyone in here is sitting down. People at home, we're responsible for them. Yeah. Right? Everyone in here, make sure they're sitting down. Yeah. All right.
You need to brace yourself for this, because I heard 10 times over we're paying our bills. 10. What is going on? I'm really edgy. I'm on the edge of my seat. I want to know, how is it that we as a people, we're doing this 10 times over? These bills are skyrocketing, Mr. Bain. Yes. We need relief, and we need it now. And we know in our 2030 vision that relief is coming to the people. Yeah. Listen, go and register, people. We need you. We need your vote. But talk to us.
You pay your bill 10 times. I'm going to show you how you pay the bill 10 times,
Is
right?
solar panel included in that?
Solar panel, no solar panel included, because if you're using solar panel, we wouldn't have to pay anything. But of course, they got a scam coming up where they can let Frankie Wilson pay for the solar panels and then sell us the free electricity. And so they're going to make money from that too. And I warned people about this a few years ago. I read the document and people just ignored it.
So why we can't get our own solar panel, Lincoln?
We can get our own solar panel, but we get to all that in a second.
Okay.
Let me just show the people how they are paying one light bill 10 times. Somebody say 10. All right. Okay. These are the 10 steps your electricity goes through before it comes to you, and you are paying for every one of these steps 10 times. 1. Focal, I'm going to technically say borrow, so they get money from NIB. Focal gets money from NIB to buy the fuel from the supplier. As one. If they get it from NIB, that's our money, right? If we are giving them money, so you pay it one time. So Focal was getting money from NIB to buy the fuel, all right? 2, they would sell the fuel they bought to BPL, all right? That's the same money that you paid for. Now they sell it to BPL, so BPL, which is our company, buys it. That's 2. 3, they would use that same oil for them to generate electricity, all right? Remember, Focal now is generating electricity. They put generators in our plants, and their generators, and I got the pictures of everything and the documents and everything, their generators are now creating the electricity when we could be doing that ourselves. And they are using that same fuel to generate the electricity. You see? And so instead of, that's like you going in the taxi and then the taxi charge you for the drive and he charge you for the fuel too.
Wow.
So yeah, they gave Frankie Wilson and them the rights to generate electricity, all right? But the fuel, that's we paid for that.
Wow.
And they generate that free. The building, we paid for that. And they generating that free, all right? So they sell electricity to BPL that they generated with the oil that they got the money from to buy from us. And then we buy it from them as BPL. You see? BPL borrows the money to buy the fuel with money borrowed from NIB. So they got money to buy the fuel. Then BPL borrows the money to buy the fuel from them. You all still with me?
Yeah.
I know this is freaky. They get the money to buy the fuel through investment from NIB. And then BPL borrows the money from us in order to buy that same fuel from Focal. And Focal takes that same fuel and then generates electricity with it. You see how much money transaction going on?
Yeah.
Number 6, we pay for electricity usage. That's when they generate it, we pay for it. So we buy the electricity from BPL that BPL bought from Focal. All right? We pay again for fuel surcharge. All right? So not only do you pay for the electricity that was generated, they have a separate bill that's called fuel surcharge, which is ridiculous. All right? The fuel, they got money for that fuel twice. Once because Focal got money from NIB. 2, because the government, all right, BPL borrowed the money, all right, from us, NIB again, from NIB. The 2 of them bought money from NIB in order to pay for the same fuel. You getting it?
Yeah.
And then we buy it from them. All right? And then they charge us a fuel surcharge in order to pay for that fuel that was already paid for by us. We pay for the generators and equipment of BC. We pay for all that. We subsidize that. Whenever they say they're going to buy generators, BPL don't buy them with their money. The government pays for that with our taxpayer money. You get it? And so that's the first 8 steps. Another way we pay for the same electricity bill, whenever they have shutdowns, Guess who paid electricity for the shanty town? Us. They hook up. No one stopped them. And we gotta pay for that. We paying for that fuel that's going to them. Think about that. Someone gotta pay it. Remember when they had the injunction on for all those years? The court injunction said you cannot disconnect the power of the shanty town, even though they hook up illegally. Even if they are legal immigrants, it literally said, even if they are legal immigrants and etc. So we paid for that. Again, and the last way we pay, they have something called a do not turn off list. And politicians are on this do not turn off list. All right, so they have politicians whose name is on the list that you can't turn them off. Right? Some people say, yes, Minister actually talked about it. He said he went to pay his bill and someone asked him if he wanted to go, and this when he was in opposition. Someone if he wanted to go and do not turn off list. And he said, put me on that list, I can pay my bill. All right. And so you'll wonder how people like Leslie Miller and them bill could go up to $500,000. How could your bill go up to $500,000? How? Because you're on a do not turn off list. And all of these legacy politicians are part of that. And that means that we pay for their electricity bills because you can't turn them off. All right. And so these are the 10 ways, the 10 steps that you pay over and over and over. The sickest part of this, I'm going to share some stuff on the screen. The sickest part of this is the fact that we are putting up the money for oil twice and then still paying for it. They're charging us over and over. So I'm going to go to some of their, this is BPL's yearly, I'm going to go to NIB's yearly annual reports. Those annual reports seem to have stopped in 2022 now. So when this government take over, they say, hold on, we ain't showing them nothing no more. I went over. The last time someone did that was Ingram. And when that came back, we found out Ingram had taken our money, done all kinds of skullduggery with it, INIB money. All right? And so we don't see what is happening on a yearly basis with this NIB stuff again. And we don't have a Freedom of Information Act, and you will not get a Freedom of Information Act. All right? Yes.
According to the NIB Act, they're supposed to table the statement of accounts, the statement of facts, and how they spend the taxpayers' money every year.
Mm-hmm.
So are you trying to tell me since the PLP come to power, they haven't tabled none of these 2023, 2024, this 2025?
What table they put it on? They put it on your table?
They didn't table it in the people's parliament.
I haven't seen it. Where I want to see it is on their website, where every behavior can go and see it. I want our Freedom of Information Act. I don't want nothing in the House of Assembly, because no one knows where to go to get them documents from the House of Assembly. All right? I want it in the Freedom of Information Act. I want people to be able to go on their computers and access this all the time. Now, up to 2022, you can look and see it right there, but we ain't seen nothing since.
Also, there's a problem.
When we get it, that's a problem.
Yeah.
All right.
Not acceptable, man.
When we get in there, serious problem. So I'm gonna cherry pick through a couple. I did some screenshots on that thing. I have it live also, so we can see the whole thing. But I'm gonna I highlighted some stuff so that Bahamians could actually see this, because I wanted you to see exactly what's going on with this. Let me everybody sitting on, right? All right, good. Lie to me. I will not be responsible. Okay, we'll leave it up.
I'm kind of still stuck on the do not turn off list.
Yeah.
That's like, because we absorb those bills. I don't want you to think that those bills just disappear.
Those politicians say stuff like, "Egg is sweat." Remember when Alexia said that? Hey, yeah, hey, egg is sweat. Yeah. It's not one say, stop using hot water for bathing the tub.
So it's the NIB money, then when they invest this money,
when NIB invest this money, do they get a return?
We're gonna look at all of that right now. All right. They get returns from some of their investment, but we're gonna look at that. I've just put up on the screen. Your screen are gonna be a little bit delayed, but I've just put up on the screen a document, and this is from NIB's report, yearly report, and this is showing for 2021. It's showing how much investment was made in 2020 and 2021 on here, and so I will deal with 2021. It shows, and this is in the thousands, so you add 3 zeros to what you're looking at. So you see what's there highlighted in the blue. It says Freeport Oil Holdings Company Limited, that's FOCA, right? They invested one investment was $4.47 million, $4,479,000 in FOCA. So that means they took our money and gave $4.4 million to FOCA. All right, $4.4 million to FOCA. All right, that could be used to buy fuel. That's one. Down there to the bottom, you'll see another one highlighted in yellow, another $4.3 million, $4,365,000 was invested in FOCA. So when you add the two of them up, you get almost $9 million, I'll say. $9 million invested in 2021 in FOCA. All right? So if FOCA is this big company making all this money, why they need money from our NIBs? Why is our NIB giving them our money? All right? And so that's money that came out of, that you paid for. That's 2021. All right? And remember, the numbers have stopped coming out. We're going to go to some more images. Y'all stay with me. Make sure you're sitting down. All right? All right, so that's our money going to FOCA. Now I'm going to show you our money going also to BPL. All right, so start with this document. Okay, so this right here shows you the investments in Bahamas Power and Light in 2021. In 2025, it was $25 million. Sorry, 2020, it was $25 million. 2021, it was $18 million. Wow. This ain't all, this just one. $18 million to BPL. So FOCA will get 9, BPL get 18. That's our money. So all these rich people who own FOCA ain't spending their own money. They spending other people's money. They spending our money. I just want you to understand how the system works. Don't think it's they rich, they spending their money. No, they taking your money, buying the stuff, and then selling it to you. All right? That's not illegal. I mean, but I want you to at least understand, Mauricio, Stephen. I want you to understand what is happening. Wake up, I'm going to educate you. Let's look at some more numbers, because you see that for yourself.
It's gotta be fake.
But that sounds like, this sounds like idiocracy. They've been using the word idiot, right? But this right here sounds like idiocracy.
Because guess what happens?
What's going on?
Not only did you have to pay for that fuel and all that kind of stuff, guess what? NIB broke because they keep taking NIB money to do this kind of stuff every year, and you got to pay for it. So now NIB is risen again, and if you don't pay the NIB, you go to jail. And they're taking your money and doing this kind of stuff with it. My computer is totally and fully and completely frozen. Someone in want you all see what's going on. Okay, come on. My computer don't freeze. What's going on here? Where you think someone don't want you all see that?
Yeah, but they can. is when you're looking at this, right? If what you're saying is correct, and you're going to put together, I need to educate the Bahamian people. So that means all of this money here comes out of NIB. And look what y'all see what's going on. That means we pay for these houses. Farmers Mortgage Corporation, they get
Yes.
95.
Yes.
Majority civil states.
I don't want to go all over the place. I want to stay on focal on BPL because we can do them all that.
And you can really come up there?
Yeah.
See it?
Yeah.
See an ID there, isn't it?
Yes, NIB money pay for life.
What's your life?
Only one line.
Wow. Fidelity Bank too? What?
Yeah.
No, they can.
When you get your loan from NIB, sorry, when you get your loan from Fidelity, that money, some of that money came from NIB. All right. This is showing you what the income. This is showing you a deeper breakdown of BPL. So here on the screen, you will see where they got $18,542,000 from BPL, right? But look at the interest they get for that. Look what they get for it. $31 million.
There.
31 million. This screen behind it. Come up in the set.
Okay.
$31,000. Sorry. They take $18 million from us, and it says they accrued interest. You remember you had 3 zeros. So accountant's right. So they take $18 million from us, and the accrued interest we get on that is $31,000 from $18 million.
And this is from NIB.
This is what they took from NIB. This is what went to BPL. All right. So, of course, Maria, we're not accountants. We are analyzing what we see with common sense. All right. So, and we're showing you it so you can analyze what you see with common sense. All right. Because I don't understand why they're taking our money from NIB to pay BPL bills when BPL is a monopoly. And you have to be the dumbest people in the history of the world if you can't have a monopoly and have that liquid. If I got some more documents to show you, hold on. But if I'm the only person who could sell water in the Bahamas, I don't care what it costs me. I cannot be bankrupt. No. If I'm the only person who could sell numbers in the Bahamas, I don't care what the payout is, I cannot be bankrupt.
That's right.
No.
Wow.
If I'm the only person to sell internet, I can never be bankrupt. That's impossible. How are they bankrupt? Because they are sucking. Right? You'll get to it in a second. So we sit on NIB because we're showing where this money coming from NIB. Now I want to show you all another document here that shows you. So I gave you example of the bills they pay, right? Now here, this is where they're showing how much money. It'll come up on the screen shortly. This is another loan different from the one that you saw earlier. So there was an $18 million that NIB gave to BPL. Now this is another investment here for $13 million. But there was a US loan to BPL. So it's like, okay, BPL got a loan, they got it from the US. Okay, fine. But then guess who paid off the loan? NIB. So on your screen, what you are seeing, it says in July 2020, the fund contributed 13 million. It looks like thousand there, but remember you got to add 3 zeros. 13,315,000 to this medium-term U.S. loan facility, which was transferred to the Bahamian government. So BPL had this loan, and then they transferred the loan to the Bahamian government. All right. So you see how it started in July 2020. The fund, meaning NIB, contributed $13,315,000 to this midterm U.S. loan. All right, that was transferred to the Bahamian government from Bahamas Power and Light Company Limited. So NIB paid it. So BPL had the loan, they transferred that loan to the government. And you wish you could transfer some loan there. You wish you could transfer loan to someone else. Just transfer this loan, man. They're tired of this loan. They transferred the loan to the Bahamian government, and then the Bahamian government used NIB to pay off that loan. So that leads us to another question. Okay, they gotta be making big money from all this money they use from NIB. Because if you putting, 18 million, 25 million, all these millions from NIB into BPL and companies like Focal and them, you gotta be making big money from that. I don't know what we're making. So let's look and see what we making. That's a good question, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. So somewhere you gotta be making some big money.
Thank you, to be sitting down, right?
Yeah. You sitting down, right?
I feel too good.
We feel a little worse in a minute.
This is how you get a hungry. And they robbing us from no gun. Yeah, they say they stealing the people money at NIB. That's why the people can't get their benefit, their sick benefits at the end of the day.
And so
They have, but they are gonna do.
And so this is NIB's income from investment. And so we kind of need to know what all these numbers mean, but we see a lot of negative. So anything in the bracket means negative in accounting. Right? Either have a negative or they have in the bracket, and that means you're negative. So cash flow from operating activities. And when I look at this document, income from investments has negative $74 million. In 2020, it was negative 41 million. But in 2021, it was negative $74 million. Why? Negative, see it there on the top, highlighted. Income from investments, negative $74 million. Deficit before working capital changes, $114 million. What's that? Income from investments, negative $74 million. Why is that? Again, I'm not an accountant, but them numbers look straightforward to me. I think a little bit of common sense tells us something wrong. Speak in Chinese.
He's speaking that very the country.
Let me show you another document.
So, cash flow from what operating activities? Because that's 64 million. That's a big age cash flow from operating activities.
Yeah, so
There's got
negative 60.4 million.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to.
Negative.
No, nigga, that's supposed to be a positive, man.
Deficiency of income over expenditure, negative 60.4 million.
Nigga, that's a mistake, man. That's a mistake.
This is their document. All right, so let's see this on our screen. See how we can move this around. There. Make sure you'll see this good. All right. Proceeds from Bahama Power and Light. So this cash flow from investment activities. I want you to see proceeds from Bahamas Power and Light. Because we have all these screens up, it's hard to see. See if I can do it like this. That'll be better. No. All right, let me go to this screen. Okay, you can see it better like this. All right, so proceeds from Bahamas Power and Light is highlighted in the blue. It'll come up on the screen in a second. I want you all to see, tell me the number of proceeds from Bahamas. So they gave 18 million, 24 million, all these big billions, right? And so that was 2021. Now this 2022 document I'm showing you now let's see that next year, how much money we made from Besiege, from Bahamas Power, and all that money we gave to BPL. So when that come up on the screen, oh, it's on the screen now. Look and tell me how much money we made from our investments in Bahamas Power and Light.
That's fake news. That's fake. I see one line there, but that mean nothing. Why they could boy be going to jail? Going to jail. We have to go see. They can put that
Even
back
me or
up.
them need to go to jail.
Yeah, they can put that back up, man.
Take it there.
No. Lincoln lying. Lincoln just your document. Wow. What?
That's insurance fund. Proceeds from Bahamas Power and Light bonds. That's the money they gave to Bahamas Power and Light. Zero, zilch, nada.
Oh.
2022.
And who with power?
2022?
Yeah.
That's PLP.
Okay.
All right. So they took some money before, but you saw that investment happen in 2021. And in 2022, when the investment should come in, what they make from that? Nothing. So that's telling you that some skullduggery is going on. And so, how is it that you invest in all this money? And we've seen a bunch of negatives, and right here what we see with my layman eyes, I'm seeing that it's not benefiting us.
Not at all.
So it makes it seem like you just using NIB as your piggy bank. Taking that to invest in companies like Focal and taking that to invest in BPL, and then we paying for every transaction you do. Because we paying for that loan you borrowed from us, we paying the loan you borrowed from us. I'm paying the light bill. That's funny.
They get your hold on.
I'm paying for the upgrades.
No, 65. They get I want maybe people look at that. But see from the public hospital authority going, what is that? 650 what?
665,000.
That's only 1,000?
Yeah.
Wow. This is unbelievable.
Right? So computer freeze again, so we stuck on the screen. All right, and so they took us here. So ladies and gentlemen, I really had a whole consortium of stuff that I wanted to show the paying people today. I got thrown for a loop because my sister passed away, and I'm going to take condolences to all of my family. Michelle Bain is passed away, and so I'm here, but I'm not really here, right? So y'all just bear with me if I'm not my coherent normal self today. All right, but I'm talking through it. But this is important. That saving our country is important. And she was a big fan and would have wanted me to do this. I have sisters and brothers, a lot of people don't know that. And they are, every event we have, they right there. They're not the public kind of people who won't come up in front and whatever, but they're always there. All right, but back to what we're talking about. That's what we're up against. That's what you're seeing. We are paying the bills. We are paying the bills. The rich are taking our money and investing it. This is the same kind of thing that continuously goes on in this country. You have people like Leslie Miller there who should not be able to show his face in this country. I'm not attacking him. He should not be able to show his face in this country. Leslie Miller is one of those, do not turn off this, but that's the small thing. Leslie Miller borrowed, he owes Bank of Bahamas $30 million.
My God.
For bowling alley.
Wow.
What kind of use Billy Disney World? That money couldn't have only gone to him. $30 million for bowling alley? What are you talking about? And so that is shameful. I have documents here to show that they gave him that loan with property that he didn't even really own yet. They technically had the right to the property, but they didn't even know what the boundaries would be. So our Bank of the Bahamas gave him a loan for that while that property was in dispute up to the Privy Council. And that was just resolved last year.
Wow.
All right, now they had collateral on Summer Winds building, they said, but that don't cover $30 million. You know, these kinds of things is what's robbing us. And then what did they do? And it wasn't only him that got money from that. It was a lot of PLP persons, MPs and others. All right. But what did they do? They then took, we have documentation of this, $100 million and put it in Resolve Company, which means they took the loans that their PLPs had robbed from Bank of the Bahamas, which we own. They took the loan and let NIB cover $100 million to cover loan. And then they did another tranche of $180-something million that wasn't publicized. All right, so that was two tranches. One was 100 and one was 180 something million dollars. Tranches. Forgive me if I don't get the numbers exactly right. All right, but two tranches of your money. So wow, this is what we are up against as the Bahamian people. So let me tell you why this is so important. Not just are they taking our NIB money and abusing it, they use it against us. We are paying for this. They are abusing us. We don't have to be paying an electricity bill.
I was just thinking that.
Because we have the sun. And Bahamians keep voting for this.
Yeah.
Bahamians keep voting for these high bills. The reason your fuel surcharge is more on your bill is because that going to them. That's going directly to them. And the fuel surcharge, they say it, and I have the documents right here. They say it's to pay off the loan. Not to buy fuel, it's to pay off the loans.
They transfer the loan.
And you guys see why we need a Freedom of Information Act.
Yeah.
Because this information, thank God Mr. Bain has the information and the documents, because if he is lying by tomorrow, he will be arrested. Okay? In the morning tomorrow, because I'm thinking now they're gonna arrest him in the morning, because this has to be an untruth. Because this is a travesty toward the Bahamian people. Like, we're paying this bill over and over and over again, and then they tell you to turn your central air on 78. Well, you might as well turn it off. If you're gonna put it on 78, in this heat, you're going to put it on 78, or you're going to turn it off until night. Listen, people, we deserve more. You have to get in your head that you deserve more. You deserve much better than what we're getting.
What I'm showing on the screen is the actual document. I took highlights from it because it's a big 128-page document. And I want you to see that this is their National Insurance Board annual report. All right, and this document, I'm scrolling through it now. This document has all of their numbers. All right, all of their numbers. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a quick search through this. Let me show you how you search these stuff. You do a quick search, and I'll put Bahamas Power and Light. I clicked on Find. So Bahamas Power. So every time Bahamas Power and Light comes up, it'll show up. So here you can see in their document that $18.5 that they got from NIB, and then the $25 million they got from NIB.
You know, why did you take this off?
Got it saved.
Thank you very much.
All right, and so if we keep going, we'll see all of these. Just keep scrolling, you'll see all of these. One time they got $6 million from Bahamas Power and Light, and then they take back, must see 19 million. So here, as you can see, another $19 million right here on the screen, $19.8 million. And so what I showed you wasn't even all that they got from them. And all this is 2021. I'm doing it. Okay, so this is all of the documents that you can see. You saw just now. See there, 19 million. And then if you go back, 25, 9 million, 26, it's going to come up. Going to give it a so if you have why would BPL buy electricity?
in this connection. Yeah.
Let's unmute that. Don't take it out. Just unmute it. Right there. put that over there. Take it back. All right, we should be now.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are okay. Look like we're up again. Yeah, something is going on with our system. Yeah, something's going on with our system. We're so sorry about that. We'll get that fixed up for you in a second. Um, yeah, everything is completely blurred. That is not.
Somebody from Android saying the same thing, there's no sound. There's no sound. This would work now.
That's crazy, that's a lot.
Yeah. It's put before, yeah.
The payment. For that to be a big moment.
And you flush this out again. Yeah, this person calling from a juvenile.
Okay, trying to connect.
They say, yeah, now.
Yeah, from there.
Okay. But they say it's still blurry.
Yeah, I can see the blurry image. Okay. Whoa, all of them gone. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I know you can hear me, but you can't see me. Um, we're just rebooting everything to see how we could get back up. Hmm? The camera isn't up. Okay, it is now. Okay, that's this one. Okay. Not yet.
Okay, that's this.
Okay, it's just a little blurry.
Yeah. Okay, just a little blurry.
Okay. This. Okay, that's up. Okay, we up, but we're a little blurry, so we just gotta take that camera back.
Okay.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I guess this is a hot one, so we getting some serious interference going on here.
Okay, that's all.
We don't know what's going on, but we'll yeah, these cameras are blinking on and off.
use other phones.
Okay, so we're almost back up. Okay, so now I could reboot probably. Okay, so we don't know why they're coming in so blurry right now. Connection loss on that. Okay, so we got this one here in the middle. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about all these technical difficulties that we're having. We don't know what's going on. Like all these devices hacked right now that we're using. Uh, all right, see we yeah, and then go back in. All right, we almost there. Okay, look at that coming up now. Yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of information. All right, so let's do this. We keep getting knocked off, ladies and gentlemen. We don't know how or why, and so we'll just do it like this. We need an eye chair. Um, all right, so ladies and gentlemen, we've been getting knocked off. We don't know why everything is being knocked off. Of course, we have our suspicions, but we can't do them from the camera, so we gotta do it a different way so that we can continue to do what we're doing. All right. So we know that. Listen, we are fighting a serious battle here, and so we just need you all to bear with us for a second. We got more to talk about, so yeah, let's stay tuned. We're gonna get this set up, and we'll be good to go. Just give us 1 second, and we'll be ready to go. All right. So they can't get this device. Boy, they shouldn't be able to. Don't put nothing past them. All right. So we'll set that up, and we'll do it the old-fashioned way. All right. That should be just about good enough. We'll settle for that. Get close to you, and we'll be good to go. All right. They ain't stopping no show. Okay. You know, show stopping. All right. All right. So,
we're not really balanced because Maria way over there, but
I need to stay here, Lincoln, because I ain't feeling good.
you're feeling good. Yeah, stay farther.
Yeah, I ain't feeling good. My fellow Bahamians, this is bad, Lincoln, they swing us. You know what they did with all our money? Lincoln, and the poor people can't get the benefit from NIB. And when I look at these big companies, Lincoln, they invested and we can't get nothing back. My heart is heavy.
Wow.
And like you say, that's our money they use. That means these oligarchs, these rich people didn't use their money.
No.
And that means Brave Davis took our monies out of NIP to invest in these big companies. And we got nothing back. It's like they use us as slave Lincoln. You don't
Yes.
understand this. You know what is so sickening? They went up on NIB. They want more of the people's money to go invest in these companies. And who making all the bonuses to NIB? Their cronies, the managers that they put in place. They all in place. Father God, even those doctors them are involved. When you go to the panel, the people them need their monies, payments to go and get surgery, and they are declining it. Why? Because they want to take our money and go and invest in these companies like it, BPL and Focal. Why are they doing this to the Bahamian people? Why? That's how money they use. Lincoln Fidelity Bank, Lincoln Alive. So what is this and these investors doing with their money? Why are they using our money, Lincoln, to invest in these things and we not getting the profit back from it? Why, Lincoln? Ridiculous. Lincoln, this gotta be fake news. I gotta go look at this myself tomorrow.
Yes, look at all the documents yourself. That's why we show you all the documents yourself and come to your own conclusion.
I gotta go get my team now. Them young people away in school, the Bahamians, to look at this, because this can't be right. Our money. And Mr. Prime Minister, you sitting there, and you think it's okay for what you all doing, Focal and BPL Lincoln,
Yeah.
and we can't get good service. That's it. And you see what they did to the people in Elutra,
And Abaco.
Abaco, and Cat Island? You all heist up those bills. Huh? And like, look at this was all planned. Bahamians, you all think they're giving that 50% discount? That was planned. Huh?
We can stop buying it.
Like they plan all of this. Those people in the Lutra, I want to cry out for y'all now. Get a list of stuff what y'all tell me about. Huh? To the people of Elutra, they say they tired. Huh? Why should they have to pay the same bill or more bills on a service they can't get one good day in Elutra? And you took the NIB money and invest in Focal and BPL, Mr. Prime Minister, and you think that we supposed to be okay with this? This is highway robbery, what y'all did to NIB. Look at this is despicable. This is dishonest, man. No country in the world would ever take their poor people, workers' money, and did what this PLP and the FNM did with our NIB money.
Don't leave them out.
Huh? Both of them are responsible for this, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Huh? This ain't just start. Why y'all can't leave our money alone? If Frankie the Snake, them have all this money, use their money.
Yeah.
Huh? We don't need this middleman, Lincoln. Huh?
The poor pays for everything in this country.
We are slave again. This is slavery, Lincoln.
They make you think they're the big timers and they big, but the poor pays.
Thank you.
Even the number man gets their money from the poor.
Thank you very much.
All right, the poor pays for everything in this country. Everything.
Huh?
All right, and so we need to wake up and realize that it's time for all of us to rise up. They are sucking us dry.
Thank you very much. Oh my God. You know what they're going to do to the youths of this nation if we don't put a stop to this? Huh? Our young children, huh? It's going to suffer. They ain't going to have nothing.
They took our BPL and invested with Pike and gave us the small portion and gave them the big portion.
Thank you.
When we put in everything, who are they calling idiots? These are imbeciles.
That's right. They are highway robbers, man, Lincoln. They robbing the poor people, huh?
And
This
even
is
when,
robbery,
when
man.
they bring a little bit of solar, you still got to pay for it.
Wow. We should be paying nothing now.
There are organizations that will pay for our solar. There are countries that will pay for our solar for free.
Thank
for
you.
Carbon credits. They don't want to do it because they want to take the money from NIB, take our money from NIB, buy the solar, put up the solar, and then charge you for it, even though you paid for it. This is why they keep us uneducated.
Yeah.
This is why they want to keep us dumb and poor.
Yeah.
So that when they come around with their little trinkets, we feel like they're the saviors. That every dollar that you are getting from them on those parks for back to school, that's your money.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Lincoln. Thank you very much.
Every dollar, I don't care where it comes from. I don't care if it comes from Sabas. Sabas don't print money. He gets the money from you.
That's right.
All right? And so y'all better wake up. They are keeping you poor
Uneducated
so that they can stay rich.
Thank you.
Everything that makes Bahamians suffer in this country, they benefit from.
That's right.
Everything. And whenever it's time for you to benefit, they keep you down. And then they take your money and then make themselves look like the heroes. See, we give away stuff in the community. So does the drug dealers. So does the mafia. Someone giving you something don't mean nothing.
Thank you.
I heard they say by giving out some books and stuff on the park, that's empowering the young people. No.
No way.
No. If you got all this money, don't give them no books. Build one school.
That's right.
Thank you.
A private school.
Amen.
And let the children go there free.
That's it.
That's empowerment.
That's right. That's right.
Not handouts on the park. All right? Yeah, Bahamians. We are tired of being robbed. This system is concerning us, and we keep voting for it. It was our effort to educate you a little bit today. Like I said, I wanted to go even more deeper, but we got some more time. The election is tomorrow. So we wish it was. We continue to educate you on your own hard-earned money pays for you to pay get expensive electricity because of how much transaction. And then in the end, you paying for more NIB because they're raising it.
Yes.
And you paying the fuel surcharge. Which isn't for buying fuel, that's for paying the loan. I got the documents on that too. So we gotta wake up.
But Lincoln, dying, Lincoln. That's why Brad Davis and Joe Kobe can't table this contract deal in the People's Parliament.
Yeah.
The pipe contract deal.
Yes. You all see what's going on, my fellow Bahamians? Lincoln, you all ain't picking up, you know. They cannot table that deal in the People's House. Huh? Why, Lincoln? What is in that deal that is a disadvantage to the Bahamian people? That means they're making all the money and they put the Bahamian people at a disadvantage. No matter how you look at it, pipe them getting paid. They can give us the worst service in the world. They getting paid. While the Bahamian people, the poor, the downtrodden, and the voiceless can be suffering, they still getting their back. Cancel out that deal, man. We want that deal canceled forthwith. If we can't get the good service, cancel out the deal. Huh? You pay them for good service, Lincoln.
Yes. Look at those people in the loop truck. Huh?
All over this country.
Thank you. But the loop truck's bad. The man say he even can't have sex with his wife because they're too hot. I said, what?
The sex on?
No, he can't. The woman don't want to have sex, Lincoln, in the hot house. He said he had to wait until the light turned on, then he touched her. She said it's like that all. It is. And then he said, we need to have him do something.
Take a cold shower.
Yes. Shower in the water. Pick it up. Some of them get their water hooked up to their electricity water. Lincoln, they get a bucket of these and go into all them Hatchet Bay, Tappan Bay, Rainbow Bay, James System, Governor's Harbor, Savannah's Town. Huh? All of the rocks on the Lincoln, look at this. Wow. I went down there to these people. Gregory Town.
Yeah, after a certain hour, they're
gone. The man said, I just have to go. When I get off, I have to hurry run home. He said, he's taking a shower. Come on.
Soapy.
Come on, soapy. He said, I got to go in the sea. I said, what? The woman said, Miss Jackson, I going through menopause. I got to go in my car to make sure I get some gas in my car.
In the 21st century.
In the 21st century. I said, what?
But they saying they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
They saying give them another time to finish. They're going to finish kill us.
No way, Lincoln.
But you know something?
No way.
They just spoke about recently, and they said, have you noticed that there has been less load shedding? And I'm like, what? I mean, what are you talking about? Like, are you in luck? Are you in luck? People are suffering in darkness.
That's because of so much people who current off because they can't pay.
Oh my God! Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, we got to go to our next segment.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can close out.
Well, Bahamians, you know something? It was a statement made, and I find it to be true. It says, being poor is very expensive. I want you to think about that. Being poor is very expensive because you are the people who the taxes are going to go on. You are the people who can't go in the hospital and get a hospital bed, who cannot get the medicines that they need. You're going to the clinics and the clinics are filled with other people from foreign nationalities. You are the people who are going to feel the burden. Being poor is very expensive. However, in the New Bahamas, you're not going to be poor.
No,
we're not going to be dealing with that. Because change is here and change is now under this president.
Yes.
Mr. Lincoln Michael Lee. You're not going to have, the Bible says the poor will always be with you, but you will choose to be that person because you will have the opportunity to have things to your fingertips. You will have the opportunity to have your light. These things are things that you should have already had. Light and water are stuff that you're supposed to already have. We shouldn't even be having this conversation in 2025. However, we're saying to you, Bahamian people, let's do this. Tell somebody who will tell somebody else. If tomorrow he is not arrested, we know it's true.
That's right.
We know it's true, so tomorrow I can hold my breath.
For what?
To see if they can pick you up tonight. Because listen, there's no way he can say these things if they're incorrect and he's not arrested. They put you out there for libel and all these things because they put anybody for libel because anything is tattered or it's tarnishing their character or whatever it is. But why haven't they? He is called so many names. So many names. Why haven't they? Why hasn't one person come forth and said, you are a liar? It's not true, and I'm going to put you in court for this. Because they can't. The evidence is read Bahamas. Read. They said if you want to hide something, put it in a book. But we have the documents here. Go back and look over the pay over and over again for the same bill. You have to pay the surcharge. NIB is paying all of these things. Your benefits are going up. Why? Your payments are going up. Why? Because they're taking this money and they're doing whatever they want to do with it. It's time for you to speak. Speak with your vote.
That's right.
Speak when you go out there to the polls. Speak to your neighbors. Speak to your friends. Tell someone you can't do it alone. we need your help. We need your help. Each one reach one. We're gonna save this country, and it starts today. We thank you for being here with us. We thank you, Maria. We thank you, Mr. Lincoln Bain. And we're gonna take a little break because we have another section. Stay with us.
But because of all the technical difficulties, we gotta take a break. We gotta go straight into it.
So we have to switch out.
Yeah.
So we switch out and switch in.
Switching out and switching
So
in.
y'all can see this. Listen, this is what happens. Sometimes you have technical difficulties because you gotta give that information, and they don't want you to get the information. Why you think we having these issues? Come on, let's think Bahamas. This is real and it's in your face. Let's do something about it. So our next segment, we're gonna have the young people, the next generation come in, and they're going to speak to Mr. Bain. They're gonna ask him whatever questions they want to. This is unscripted. He doesn't have any questions or answers or anything written up. There's nothing. He just has the phone in his hand. And they're gonna come and they're gonna articulate whatever it is that they feel they need to say to Mr. Bain. And we're going to listen and we're going to encourage them. Thank you for staying with us so far and continue to stay with us as they come. Young people, we want you to come in because they are the youth, they are the next generation, and they are going to take us and lead us through as well. So we thank you for being here and we encourage them today.
Yeah, bring one. All right, thank you so much.
See you guys.
Y'all give your host Aisha a round of applause. Make sure everyone is in the camera. All right, looking good. I'll be blind to say. Yeah. All right, perfect. Ladies and gentlemen, a new show is starting up this week. I think it's this week Thursday, am I right?
Yes.
This week Thursday, a new live show is starting up. Boy, live is easy. But a new live show is starting up with the young people. CYA Live. CYA does not mean carry. CYA is Coalition Youth Alliance. All right? And so we really want the PLP and FNM to carry there, but it's the Coalition Youth Alliance.
You gotta be careful because I will say it.
Say it on your show, not on your show. It's a good Christian Sunday show. But yeah, so these young men and some young women are going to be doing their show. I wanted to introduce them to you, and I wanted to give them a chance as young people. And they've been going on the streets. They've been talking to a lot of young people, and they have some issues that young people have, and they wanted to be able to have a chance to question me. And then they're going to start their show. They're going to be doing their show. They're going to be discussing things as related to young people. And these are real young people. And so we're also going to have two young ladies who are going to be a part of this. One young lady is a Bahamian of Haitian descent, and they always have heated debates. Yes. And another young lady is also going to be on the show. And then these three gentlemen and another gentleman. And so that show is going to be a very hot show with some nice hot topics. Whatever is going on in this country, they're going to be talking about from the youth perspective. And all of them have their own characters. So some of them want crack jokes, some of them want to talk like Einstein and be intellectual, and some mischievous. And one of them is cuss. Once you don't cuss on my show. Just fooling around. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Deontay, Zario, and what that one is?
They call me the great
player. That's dog. All right. And again, when their show starts, they're going to be joined by some very intelligent young ladies also. And so I'm looking forward to that. And so we just wanted to start this up. So, gentlemen, I turn this show over to you. This ain't my show no more. This is your show. So y'all take it away.
Well, let me start first.
That's only the one who's cussed.
Yeah.
He just up and sad.
So I want everybody out there, I have a tendency is if I talk fast, I'm spitting some stuff. I have to understand it is Sunday. But my name is Deontay Powell, and we are the Joshua Nation. And we have a lot to talk about today. But I'm going to start off by Mr. Bain. We have a lot of people out there who basically want to know who is Mr. Bain. On the 2030, the Vision 2030, there's a lot of Bahamians out there who's not
book smart and all these other stuff. It's a lot to read.
Mhm.
But they want to know who is Mr. Bain. They want to know more about you. Just tell them in your own words exactly who is Mr. Bain.
Well, there's no way in one hour show I could sit down and tell you all about me. I've lived 10 lifetimes in one life. God has been very good to me. And he's used me because he's trust me to be obedient to whatever he says. Empowered me. I don't know where you would want me to start, but I've
I want you to start from, do you have any kids? Let's start with that because it's a reason why you fighting for something. So let's start with that.
Yes, I'm not like Fred Mitchell. No, when those guys die, they don't have anyone to leave this country. There's no reason for them to fight for this country. There's no reason because once they go, that's it. I have two children to leave this country to. I have a son who has autism. He's high on the spectrum, and so it's a real challenge caring for him. But I care for him. All right. I take care of him, so I'm not an absentee father. He is taken care of. He lives with me, and it's a real challenge, and that's why I have, a, s- I have a serious care and concern for the disabled in this country, and we are going to put some things in place to make sure that parents in that situation can have a life, and they can have the support that they need. And so he is my world. I love him. I watched him born. I had to come up with him. He lived in the United States for some time because you could get better care over there. Yes. But then when he got so big, they have rage and other stuff, and they're hard to handle. So I had to take him on and have him with me. But I'm going to make sure these kinds of people are taken care of, not just for the kids, but also for the parents. We have to look out for them. There's some parents who haven't been on a date since their child with special needs were born. They can't go to church anymore because no one can handle them. All right, so we want to make sure that they have what they need. The U.S. government used to send assistance to the house. They would send whatever you need to your house. They have laws in place that the schools had to have everything they need in place. Whatever they need. If the school didn't have everything they need, the school would be punished. And so we got to fix that over here because these children didn't ask to come in this world. We brought them in this world, and so we have to do what we have to do to take care of them. And I have a good support team that has been helping me, and I could not have made it without that. If I didn't have good support, even amongst persons in our organization, I would have had to step down because of his condition. Because I brought him in this world. I didn't bring the Bahamas in this world. And so I would have had to care for him first. All right. And so that's a very important thing for me. So when you see us as the only party that has a plan for the disabled, be serious about that. I serious about that. Okay. All right. I have a daughter also. She doesn't live with me. She lives in the States. And I love her. I just went and spent some time with her. And it's just like we live together because we always on the phone and always, she always calling me for Roblox money. But yeah, I play Roblox with her. I play Fortnite with her, and so yeah, she could shoot gun as good as me on Fortnite. And so we spend a lot of time together, and that's really what I'm fighting for. I want to leave a country for our Bahamian children and our young people. Um, I had a most amazing experience. Um, a couple of days ago. I think it was Saturday, yesterday, or Friday. I'm kind of out of it right now because of my sister's situation. I saw some young doctors. I think it was Friday. I went to get my phone straight because my phone was down. I don't know why, and I had to go to get it fixed. So if you were sending me messages before yesterday, I don't have the message. It would have been hard to get me, so don't kill me. But some young doctors who just came back to the country, young people in their early 20s look like. The fella saw me come in the car and he was like, "Is that Lincoln, man?" He was so excited to see me.
and it was two young doctors. They came over. They were encouraging me, and they have the same opinion that there won't be a country for them. They want to live here.
That's right.
They are educated and can move to the U.S. or any other country in the world, but they want to be here. All right, and they believe that there's no hope unless we go in a different direction. And they inspired me. And people like them is what keeps me going. People like you want to build a country for young people. I know I gone over the place and asked with my children, but I have a lot of children, and they're not just the children that were born to me. I have responsibility for the children of this country, because we got to build a country for them. Because our politicians have failed to do so. Sorry about that long talk.
Okay, so well said. So let's go to, I know there's, inside the biography, you do have a lot of business. So do you want to talk about that as well?
Yeah, I've done a lot of business. I started business at a very early age, and God bless me. I actually, my career really was singing, and we went into singing. We were popular all over the world. We went all over the world singing. We did a lot of traveling. We even traveled with Dr. Miles Monroe. We were on every TV station. I've sung with Michael Jackson, B.B. Winans, Shirley Caesar, you name it. I've been in concert with the big boys, Donnie McClurkin. So we had very, very good career. We were recognized all around the world. We were on the A rotation in the US, in Europe, etc. Um, and and in order for me to continue, we had to find a way to get income. Because when you first start singing, you're not making big money yet. And so I went into business. I needed business. I went into business so I could have something to keep me going so I could do what I really love, which was singing, which I still love. And so that's why I went into business. And I started out with I think the first business was a skating ring situation out there on Prince Charles. It was a very good business. We did go karts on the outside, and it was very successful. We were in profit in the first weekend, and that was an amazing experience. But we were doing it at a school, and so eventually they didn't want it anymore. But I then went to China, and someone amazingly, Marlon Johnson, who was recently the financial secretary, he used to come to the same barbershop I came to, and he went on a trip to China, I think with the Chamber of Commerce or something. And he came back in the barbershop telling us how cheap everything was. Man, that's the land of opportunity. You gotta go, you gotta go, you all gotta see this. And we decided, all of us in the barbershop, we're gonna go, all the men, we're gonna go to China and we're gonna do this and that. And we decided to go. And we bought tickets and everything. And then we started seeing on the news SARS and bird flu and all the people walking around with masks on. And this before this last COVID thing. This was when that first came out and that was scary. So everyone dropped out except me. So I grabbed two of my friends, came together, and we said, okay, let's go. But everyone dropped out, and so we went to China, and we had amazing opportunities. Went into business in China, I started doing business from China, being a purchasing agent. Went into a lot of different retail businesses, shoe business, clothing business, medical supplies, all manner of businesses. And then at the same time, I started seeing what was going on in this country. And I started to be kind of discouraged of what I was seeing around. It's like, this country isn't working for Bahamians. This ain't making no sense. We started, trying to help people get into business and stuff. And if you listen to trolls on YouTube, they always talk about when we invested $500,000 in the business, they switch it now. They kind of switch up. They now say that I say I give $500,000 to some Jamaican woman. Yeah, I never said that. That's total nonsense. Jamaican woman. Nonsense they talk about. No, we actually invested. A woman had a person who worked for us had a dream. She wanted to go into business, and we decided to go into that business, and we invested $500,000. I don't know why that's so hard to believe. Maybe because they're not used to having anything, but that's what we did. We invested $500,000 in that business. Another shoe business, we invested, a lot of money, hundreds of grand. And so I don't understand why that's so hard to believe that Bahamians could do something with their life. But in any event, we started helping people, and that took me into to activism. That took me into to wanting to see something different. So I got with Utah and I said, I want to do a documentary to see what's going on in this country. And, and doing this documentary, I want to show what's really going on. He said, no, let's do a TV show. I said, every week? He said, every week. I said, I don't have time for that. He said, man, make time. You say you want to show what's going on. We got to do it every week. One show can't do it. So, okay, we ended up with something called Controversy TV, which was probably the most successful show in the history of this country. That was the first show out in the news where people actually would tune in at a certain time just to come and watch. Other Bahamian shows, if you was passing, you saw someone, you would watch it. But this one, people tuned in to see what was going to happen. And we use it as a medium to help people and do all kind of stuff. And at the same time, I was doing business. But it got to the point where I had to choose between activism and business. Because, of course, you know what they started to do? Attack my businesses. And so if you speak out in this country, you know what's going to happen.
Yes.
And so people don't know what I went through because I don't complain about it. I never fight for myself. All right. If they decide they want to shut this down or attack this business, I shut that and then they see something else popping up over there. Do what you want to do. Every time they attack me, God blesses me even more. And so that's what's been happening. So I don't worry about it. But if that's what I have to go through in order to help save someone who's going through something, then I do that. So when I was around about 30, I decided to retire. I didn't want to be in a business that they could attack anymore. And so I decided to continue with my IT business because they can't, that's online. They couldn't touch me anymore. And with trading and that kind of stuff, things that they couldn't touch. And so while my businesses were very successful, very groundbreaking, I couldn't be in retail businesses where they could come and attack me. All right. And so that's what I had to decide. And I was very good at my IT stuff, what I went to school for, and it's kept me eating. I also wrote a book that was very popular, and that book is called Identity Crisis. And I received checks from I wrote that I think in 2016, and every month I receive checks. So that is a very good selling book. I showed you on my live just how much it was selling before, and so that helps pay the bills. And in my sleep, I just see the checks coming in. Some checks come physically, and some just goes to my bank account. And so, business is something that I'm good at. I'm innovative, and so that was a blessing. But that's not really what I speak around the world. And now it's about saving this country. So that's the Lincoln being that we don't get to talk about much.
Okay.
See these young people will pull it out, yeah.
Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into what we really come here for. Let's ask them that. We are going to ask them the hard question. Are we going to start off with Dawson?
Okay.
Look at them, they're plotting on me.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, now.
Definitely, yes.
Mr. Bain.
So, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bain, we have had asked over 100 young youths some questions pertaining to current news and from since 52 years ago. Some of them weren't born yet, but from what they have able to go online and research.
Mm-hmm.
We have had numerous of questions that we have compiled together, but we're going to first and foremost, the first question they want to talk about is accountability.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So the question is, how will you ensure the coalition of independent members themselves remain accountable? For example, will the party introduce an internal ethics committee, financial audits, and disciplinary measures for corruption within the ranks?
In the party itself?
Yes.
We already have that. This is a very organized and structured party. What we did when we first launched was we made it so that every member could have access to our financials on a monthly basis. We eventually had to rethink that because what you're actually doing is telling the PLP and FNM how much money you have and what you're doing with it. And so all they had to do was come and sign up, and they were getting access to that. And so we had to rethink that. But I always make myself available to everyone. So from the top down, we make ourselves available. When we have executive meetings, whatever the executives decide, they decide. It doesn't have to be my choice. We've done many things that wasn't what I wanted to do, but the executives decided that this is the direction we wanted to go, and that's the direction we go in.
I give them that respect because they're the people out there standing with me. At a council meeting, we don't silence anybody. Even with our candidates, if someone has a dissenting voice, they cannot be silenced. And so they will not, their time will not be limited to speak, and they must be heard. And that's a rule we've had from day one before we were a party. That's a rule we have. You can't silence anyone, and there's no whip on no one. You don't have to agree with everything that everyone else agrees with. You should be able to voice your opinion, and that keeps accountability strong.
Great. Thank you.
Well, I spoke to a few young people in multiple schools, UB and TVI, and a lot of them want a system change.
Mhm.
So, you know, the COY want to implement at state and city governments.
Mhm.
How that's going to be implemented and how it's going to help defeat corruption and help accountability in the new Bahamas.
Well, island states and city government does what what Jethro told to Moses. You got to put the tens over the hundreds over the thousands over the millions, so that you could be organized. Right now, our country doesn't work because a few people in the cabinet, probably 16, 17 people, are determining what happens all over the country. They're not going to remember they need to fix that speed bump in Moores Island. Yeah, they're not going to remember everything in every corner of this country that needs to get done. And that's why so much is neglected. And then they're only doing what they can make money from, which is the biggest problem. And so when you put island states and city government, a small group of people is responsible for what affects them. And so you turn the islands into states. And remember, it's going to be based on the economy, all right? Not just population, but based on the economy. So, like some smaller economies and smaller states won't be able to be a state on its own. So, like you'll have Crooked Island, Acklands, they can't be a state on their own. You may have to do just like we do an election and join them together, you see, to make one bigger state, even though they're sparse, because that's the economy. And then we're going to do some things to send things to the economy to build it up. All right, we're going to put some things in place to cause people to need to go back home and build up those particular states. All right, and so now what happens is the money that you make in your state stays in your state. The money they make in Andros stays in Andros. The money they make in Freeport stays in Freeport. Listen, look at Grand Bahama. West End, East End, look at it, man.
Yeah.
That's failure.
Yes.
Go to all of our family islands. Look at it, man. That's failure.
Yes.
For hours, you just driving past bush.
Yes. Agreed.
God likes structure.
Yes.
He likes a garden.
Yes.
He doesn't like bush. He wants you to do something with it. All right? We need to develop this nation.
That's right.
We have to do something with it. He made a statement in the Bible. He said he didn't develop, Canaanites. He said he put other people in Canaan, the promised land, to keep it until his people came there, so that it wouldn't be overrun with animals and weeds and et cetera, et cetera. It says he didn't do the garden because he didn't have a man to till it and keep it organized. And so we need to country. It's backwards. Every family island you go to is neglected. And so island states and city government is going to turn country. And the power of America is that it is 50 countries in one. We are going to be 700 countries in one eventually. But we have to start going in that direction. And so when you have a smaller area with people with responsibility, now you can get accounting. You know exactly what's going on in a harbor island. You know exactly what's going on, the people that are responsible, and we know they can fix the road because they got to drive on that road. We know they can make sure the school finish on time because their children got to go to that school. You know their electricity will be fixed because they need it.
Amen. Makes sense.
But sitting down begging politicians to do what's right with your money, all they do is squander the money. Now, if we want to continue to do that, then let them continue to squander the money. They live their best life while we sitting down hot and mosquito burning. We got to go sleep in the car in the AC.
Like they say, you can sweat.
Yeah.
So
Tonight.
if the COI government is elected, there's so much things in the Vision 2030 plan what is the implementation timeline?
There's no implementation timeline for any one thing. Every part of that, that is the first real plan that has been presented by any party in this country. That's not bullet points. Those are actual documents and actual timelines, etc. And the ones who don't have timeline, there's a reason we're waiting for persons to contribute, and then we're gonna put the final thing there. But there are real plans to show you how we're gonna get certain things done. All right. And so before election, we're going to release business plans. So when we say we're going to do a solar power plant, we're going to present a business plan to show you how this solar power plant is going to be done, along with a timeline. And if you look at our electricity, our plan for energy, you can see timelines on there when we're going to do certain things. And so whatever we say we're going to do in that, I already did a sneak peek of Republic, how we're going to go Republic and what the timeline is. We're going to give out Crown land, what the timeline is on that. All of these things are going to be released to the public ahead of time. We're releasing it now because all they can do is take it, scotch it up, and try to present it like it's theirs. All right. So right now, we the people voted for the PLP to be there, so we on their plan now, even though they don't have a plan. And so when it's time for us to present our plan, to tell the people to vote for us, then we will present our plan. All right, but we've already started with the actual vision for this country. And then as we come close to the election, we're going to present business plans. You can see them trying to do that now. They never do it before. They heard me say it just now. They can try to do it. But we can present business plans, and we're going to present timelines to show how we're going to do everything that we have on there.
Okay. Well, one of the questions is immigration and passport services. Your party frequently raises concerns about immigration and corruption and the government offices. What structural reforms would be put in place for passport services and bribery and favoritism?
You just asked me what can be put in place?
Yes.
Nothing have to be put in place. We have everything in place already. All of the laws that we need already, there are corruption laws. The immigration is illegal. Harboring immigrants is illegal. Hiring them is illegal. Everything we need is already in place. The problem is we don't have the people to enforce it. It doesn't matter what laws you have in place. If the government chooses not to enforce it, then it isn't enforced. All right? We need a government that's going to take this serious and is going to fix that. A government that's not going to let this under the table stuff happen. This is not mostly from the people in the ministry. This is from the top. They doing their corruption. And then they bring in their cronies, put them in these ministries and frustrate the whole ministry. This is happening everywhere. They frustrate the ministry. It isn't the people who was working there who's the problem, They ain't corrupt. The government puts their corrupt people in place in those ministries. All right? And that's what cramps up these ministries. Well, we already know who is who and what is what, and we are going to make sure that those honest Bahamians who want to see this country work, that they're in place, that you are promoted on your merits, so that you could do what you have to do. So in terms of immigration, everyone knows that no one else is going to fix this. I'm going to be the Minister of Immigration, and I'm going to fix that. And that's a promise that is going to be kept. There will be no illegal immigration in this country. When I say none, I mean none. Zero. All right? You're going to come here the right way. We don't have a problem if you come to our country. No. We want immigrants to come. Someone got to work for us. I'm not making a country for Bahamians to be workers for the next 50 years, next 100 years. No. Jobs are for experience, not for life. Our young people, we're going to build a country that they can get the experience they need, the education they need, and come and live their dreams and build what they dream of building. All right? And then the foreigners could come and work for us. But right now, it's the opposite way around. We're already losing all our opportunities. And we're getting pushed out. That has to change.
Okay. Next question would be public access to the vision and shadow ministers. Your site refers to ministry transformation plans and shadow ministers, but these documents aren't fully accessible online as yet. Will you commit to publishing detailed policy papers and shadow ministers' portfolios so that the public can hold the team accountable in advance?
That's a yes. That's easy. We're going to release our shadow ministers in short order. But in terms of our plan, remember, we started our campaign with rallies. We didn't come and say, shake up to the DJs, we bring in all the best DJs. You know, we didn't say come dance. And we started it with a vision. We said, we had some good cushy chairs. We say, sit down and listen. And we said the vision to the people who were there and to the world. And we let them know that we are about transforming this country, not about this cult attitude where they want you to just come and dance. They call us a cult. But it's them who are the cult. You notice, whenever they are something, they'll call you that. A cult wants you to just, no matter what's happening, just forget that and just support them. All right? Just support them. Whatever they say, just support. You just know, your mom, your Grammy was PLP, just be PLP no matter what happening, no matter what you see. Don't believe your lying eyes. Just vote for them. And so that's their culture. All right? So they're acting like cults. They want you to just vote for them no matter what they do, no matter how they abuse us, no matter how much taxes they beat you with, no matter how they collect all this money. $12.28 billion has been collected from you by this government. And they still borrowing like Joneses.
Wow, Bezos.
They wanted for that. They know they gonna lose. They make sure they have their money.
But another thing, education. I see that the government is pushing education out, but along with having education, we also need opportunity. Because being educated without job opportunity or even entrepreneurial opportunities, it's just a waste of money and time and effort. So what is the COI going to do when it comes to empowering young people as when they come out of college or either high school?
Opportunities. We are doing a lot of stuff to give opportunities to young people. One of the things we're doing is for our procurement, we're making sure that a percentage of all of our procurement goes to young persons or companies owned by young persons. Because they tell you, they can't give you the job because you don't have experience, but you can't get experience unless you get the job. And so we're going to make sure that if a young person forms a company, we have some contracts with that low risk that goes to companies owned by young persons. And these companies now can get some experience. And as they do more and more, then we can say, okay, that company is growing. They didn't let us down. We can keep giving them jobs. And that will make sure that we have some stuff set aside, not just for the big political cronies. All right? Getting all the jobs to the cronies who take part of our contract and give it back to the politician. No, we're going to make sure some things are in there for you. We're going to invest heavily from young people from education level. We're going to invest heavily in education because every country that did that, their GDP expanded tremendously. Japan invested in education and they became the number 2 economy in the world until China recently took them over. Other places like Barbados started to get free education up to university. And what you started to see happening, banks were closing down centers here in Nassau and opening them in Barbados. You was calling the bank, and in Barbados or Jamaica, they answering the phone. All right, and that's because when I went to open a shoe store in Barbados, my experience was I started interviewing people. My experience was looking at those resumes. Everyone was educated. It was like the choice was difficult on who to pick because everyone was qualified.
Wow.
And that's why companies was flocking there, all right, and not flocking here because they keep us uneducated and they keep us dumbed down because they believe that's how they can keep tricking us and keep us not knowing what's really going on. And so we're going to invest heavily in education. You all saw a couple of weeks ago while I was traveling, I did a live with a gentleman who is Andre, who's the most creative man in the world. And even having conversations with him is like on another level, and to see what he did for Singapore, and he can do that same thing here in Bahamas. They did the same thing in Hong Kong and other places. And so we need to be having these conversations, these next level conversations to grow us and take us to the next level. So education, I'm serious about that. And I'm having conversations to take us with the right people to take us in the right direction. Now, from our education plan, we're going to identify talented people. We are more than just athletes. We have some talented young people
that could really take this country to another level. So we're gonna make sure that they go in the direction they need to go in. But for our athletes, we're gonna invest heavily in sports because there will be a return on investment. We're going to invest heavily in sports because a lot of our young people are talented, but some just slip through the cracks. I'm embarrassed when I hear people like Buddy Hield and VJ talk about how they used to play ball on a concrete
With a crate.
and a crate, and we should be ashamed. That's nothing to brag about. That means your country didn't invest in you. And you just slipped through the cracks. Imagine how much more VJs and buddies we would have if our country actually actively invested in our young people. And so we are going to active crime also, because one of the reasons there's so much crime is because of idle lands. All right? I was protected. I grew up in Pinewood Gardens. I didn't go because I was always busy doing something. I was always in some athletics, martial arts, music, or something positive and live in church. And so that saved me from the streets, even though it didn't save some of the people I grew up with, some of my friends. You know, a lot of them are dead or in jail right now. And but what saved me was having something to do. And so what I am going to do is we're going to invest so heavily in youth programs that this is going to be something that the world sees, and it's going to empower our young people from young. These children today born smart. They are born with our education system. They born smart. That 1-year-old can handle an iPhone better than you. All right? Children can handle a phone before they can read. Think about that. All right? And so we have to keep up with them. All right? Before we lose them. And so we're going to invest heavily in that. And so these and other things we're doing is going to give opportunities to them. We have a program where whenever a young child is born, we're going to invest a certain amount of money, and then we're going to trade that money on the markets until they get 21, and they'll be able to get their lump sum. We call it a jump start. All right? And so every baby that is born, we're going to take a certain amount of money and invest that money. Let's say it's 5,000, let's say it's 10,000, and every year they can't touch it. The family can't touch it, and that money is put in an endowment fund for them, so that when they reach 21 years of age, once they fulfill certain criteria, they get a jump start.
Also, there's another question I have to ask you. A lot of young people, they made mistakes and they end up going to prison. So I want to ask about prison reform in terms of when they come back out of prison, how we look at them in terms of coming into society and actually being able to contribute righteously.
Yeah. So one of the things is going to happen, it's going to be controversial for some, but one of the things that we're going to do with young people is that we're going to expunge all records.
Yes, yes.
We're going to have a restart program, a reset program. We're giving everyone a new start. That's because now you're going to benefit from your natural resources. You're going to benefit from your sovereign wealth fund. And so now you don't have a reason to go and thief Grammy purse. All right? You don't have a reason to go there and smuggle drugs, get yourself in trouble, because you now can do what you love. Most of the people who go to a life of crime, they didn't want to do crime. They want to do something else. And that's why you could see people, even like the movie Godfather. It was when Michael Corleone trying to get out of that bad life and trying to go clean. You know, and people were still looking at him as dirty, but he didn't, he was trying to get clean and put a new life ahead of him. You see Sebastian and them, they want to go clean. They want to get an image now that, okay, yeah, I was doing crimes before, but I want to go clean. So that shows that persons do things because they, that's what was the hand that was dealt to them, but they want a different life. And so we're going to give them the opportunity to not have to go in a life, and we're going to start things over for them. The problem is when you lock up a young man for a tree that God made, for example, marijuana, all right? Marijuana is a tree. That's a plant.
Yeah.
And you lock up someone for being in possession of a plant. That's kind of weird. And then you destroy his life over that because he was in the possession of a plant. And now he can't go to the US to buy cheap clothes. He can't get a job. He can't do anything. So what do you leave for him to do?
That's
All right. So he has to go back to the only thing that he knows. You could tell him go learn a trade, but maybe that ain't him. All right. And so he's going to go back to what he's going to pick up a gun. And then you're replacing him with the little opportunities that he do have with illegal immigrants. And you are bringing the legal immigrants in, like you saw the video we played in the beginning, the young man saying he want to work. He want to do carpentry job, but the Asians have all the job. And so when you bring in another person, you're taking away all of his opportunities. So we're going to give him a clean slate. We're going to make sure that he can do what he needs to do. The reason we want to give money to our people, it's not to win an election, and it's not to give handouts. All right? Handouts is what these politicians do in the park every year, but they keep you poor in order to do it. That's not what we want. One, we giving you what's yours. All right? And two, everyone has a dream built up inside them. You have a dream, and you have a gift. But you can't fulfill that gift because you don't have the capital to do so. All right? And I'm glad for this intelligent conversation today from these young people. I thought y'all had been talking with cussing out Fred Mitchell or something. But everyone has a gift, but the problem is we don't have the money to get it done. But if you and your siblings and the people in your house could put their monies, their sovereign wealth fund money together, and they could start that business. There's always someone in there who could cook so good you wish they had a restaurant. Or someone who this child know computer so good they need to open a business, man. And if you could invest in that one, if everyone could invest in that one, it'd have been so good. I was talking to the most creative man in the world. The businessman owned that house, right? And he says, how they do it. They have a very smart young man in their family, and he wants to do an investment. They come and put the money together, and they give it to him. All right. And some of them ain't smart, but they just give him the money, and then he makes a return on the investment. He told me about an investment where they invested $1 million, and then they got 6 million. And so that was one of the young people in the family, and that's what they do. All right. And when he comes up with something else, he says, okay, yeah, hold on that money. Imagine if we could do the same thing. If we could pool ourselves together and do some things. All right. Oh, for that, yeah. Right here. And so that's the reason we want to do it. Somebody got to come get this. And that's the reason we want to do it. Sorry, we're shuffling around here trying to get these charges going. Sorry about that. Yeah, so that's what it is.
So the next question would come from Freedom of Information Act. Your website emphasized the Freedom of Information Act as a tool for transparency. What specific measures would you put in place to ensure Freedom of Information Act is fully enforced across all ministries, and how would you guarantee ordinary Bahamians, not just insiders, benefit from it?
We are the Freedom of Information Act already. We are the ones giving out the information. That's a simple process. We are in the digital world. We're going to digitize all of our documents and make sure Bahamians have access to it. Even our procurement system, you're going to be able to see what's going on with our procurement, who this contract is going to. You're going to see when you apply for anything in government, just like when you send a FedEx, you're going to see where that document is along the way. You're going to see that now that document is in this department, they moved it over here to this department, and you can see when that's going to get back to you. This is the digital age. There's no reason they can't do it. All right, I've seen operations in the US where your document has a code on it, and when that document goes in the desk before that person, they scan that. And so now you know that document is in that desk, and you can see what's going on. This is stuff that can be done, man. But we busy voting for these politicians who trying to keep this stuff secret because they don't want nothing to work, because they benefit when nothing works.
Yes.
And so we're gonna do things to fix this, and we're already having the conversations with the technical people to get these stuff done. This is not impossible. This is doable. We can have a country that works, for Christ's sake. Come on, man. Let's just have a country that works. All right. So in terms of our Freedom of Information Act, that is very easy to do. All right. documents will be generated, and the documents generated with a QR code, and now you know where that document is at any time. And anyone who accesses that document, we know who accesses that document last, if it's a physical document. But we're gonna move to using the blockchain, and all of our documents will be digital, because everyone using a computer in the office now, they don't need to print a lot of this stuff. It's going to be on blockchain so that you can't even fake documents, etc. And so you know what's going on. The applications are going to be done online so you can actually see where it's moving along the way. And anything can be accessed because it's digital. So the Freedom of Information Act is easier than you think. That's very easy because everything is right there.
Okay, excellent. And next question is a part of that. The whistleblower protection. Many corrupt scandals that come out lately through insiders, which the government introduced robust whistleblowers protection and safety reporting channels. How would you prevent retaliation against those who come forward with information?
We already have that law in place right now. The Freedom of Information Act was actually passed, but the only part of it that was really enacted was the whistleblower part of it. I think that's section 42 of it. And so they already have those laws in place. A lot of people don't know that. And so all we need is enforcement. We just don't have the right government, man. Everything we need is already there. We just don't have the right people in place to enforce it. That's all. We have all the laws we need. But we don't need no extra laws. They have laws for turtle and shark and all. They have laws for dogs. They didn't have too much laws. We just don't have enforcement because we have corrupt governments who benefit from the corruption. All right?
Oh, okay, so I like your responses, by the way. Why this generation looking for something different? What ultimately makes you different than the two other parties? Why should they choose you?
Well, there are two other parties, one other party. The PLP and FNM is one. And what they are about, they are rotten from the core. They are only interested in doing what makes them money. We are interested in empowering the people. All right? That's what makes us different. We are going to empower the people. And we believe that that is going to make people want to continue to vote for us on our merits. If we can deliver what we promise, people will vote for us.
That's right.
We don't need to swing people to lie to people and deceive people, have big rallies and say just vote for COI. No. Listen, if we deliver what we promise to the people, we don't even have to campaign. We call election and say we don't have to campaign.
Right.
Because it's going to be, did you get this that we promised? Did you get that what we promised? Did you get that what we promised? At the start, vote for them. If you want even more, vote for us. Simple as that.
Yeah, another question I have. If is the COI here to stay no matter what happens during the next general election?
Yeah, I here to stay. I here to stay in this country. I ain't got nowhere to go. So where you going? Where you going? I got to fight. If we don't win this next general election, the fight is going to even be more intense because we're going to lose this country. If we don't win this, we're going to lose this country.
That's right.
All right? They are flooding this country with illegals right now. And they are putting these stuff out there to scare you to say, see, they ain't gonna vote for you if you don't pander to them. Oh, y'all attacking these people, they ain't gonna vote for you. Ain't attacking nobody. But that's the mindset. They're trying to already try to manipulate us. And it's Bahamians and the PLP especially who's doing that.
Yes.
They putting out their little video. See, the COI hate Asians, but they want their vote. No, we want our country. We want our country to run properly. We want you to come here the right way. It's simple as that. All right? And so I ain't got nowhere to go. This is my country. I don't want to be nowhere else. All right? I won't be able to come to my house and go park on the beach. They're taking that from us. You know, I won't be able to go visit some Kong Salad. All right? I ain't getting nowhere else.
You want Bahamians make it.
All right? I want Bahamians make it.
That's right.
I don't go to Hawaii for Kong Salad, by the way. All right, I don't. All right? I think it's disgraceful that we have allowed so many of our industries to be taken over by foreigners, and we're sitting down and watching it happen. And our men are not fighting for this country. We gotta fight, and our men need to stand up and stop being scared. I am hearing Bahamians saying, "Oh, you gotta talk soft because you don't know who's around here. You don't know if they foreigners or them other people." What you mean talk soft in my country? It's my country.
Okay.
All right, I can talk soft in their country. I ain't talking soft in my country. But when you see that start to happen, that's showing you what's about to happen, and we can sit right down and accept it if we don't fight. But I'm calling on our men to stand up. Stand up. Defend your country, defend your nation, defend your women, defend your children. Our politicians are selling us out.
Yes.
They're selling us out. And while Fred Mitchell, I'm trying to distract you with nonsense, they're allowing passports to be sold like candy in this country.
That's right.
You got to fix this. Go ahead.
Now, with the most
That Zuma boy quiet.
yeah, but you know why he was quiet, because like you say, you could have tell the personalities. That's the stuff.
I'm waiting for our show for me to really say exactly what I want to say.
I like that.
Sunday.
I like
that.
that.
Spit out no.
Yeah, I like that because me and you then had it out right now, right? So one of the questions I have personally, with the stroke of a pen, I hear you talking about with a stroke of a pen, we can make some things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give me at least 3 things when you personally become the president of this Commonwealth of the Bahamas, with the new Bahamas, that you are going to do with a stroke of a pen?
Well, we can do everything with a stroke of a pen, but
yeah.
But I think you mean immediately.
Yes,
effective.
All right?
Effective immediately. And he edited what you had to say by saying day one. All right. On day one, I'm going to make this clear to everyone on the sound of my voice watching this. We're going to make a declaration that every Bahamian is entitled to Crown Land.
Amen.
And that process is going to begin immediately.
Yes.
And we're going to make sure that happens. On day one, we are going to initiate our Sovereign Wealth Fund.
Oh.
And we're going to begin the process of putting all of our assets in our Sovereign Wealth Fund and beginning to monetize our Sovereign Wealth Fund, our carbon credits, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah.
We are already talking to professionals in that area to make sure that that happens. On day one, we are going to initialize our Freedom of Information Act. We're going to pump money into it that it needs to get it going. I'm talking to the blockchain professionals right now who are going to make this happen so that it's very accurate. It cannot be doctored, it cannot be hacked, etc. And we're going to make sure that all of our documents are safe in the blockchain and it's public for all of us to take advantage of. All right. Almost immediately, we're going to make cryptocurrency a currency of this nation. People say if you give Bahamians money from their sovereign wealth fund, it's going to cause inflation. It's going to affect your dollar. Not if it's crypto. But I can leave that right there for now. All right. But you're going to be able to use crypto like they do in El Salvador to do everything.
And Texas, because I think they own cryptocurrency for the country.
But El Salvador is Bitcoin. Right, which is the foundation of everything. And so so those are some immediate things. Now if you go to Vision 2030, you can see a full list of immediate things we're going to do. And the one I didn't start to say, but I should say, and I didn't want to include it in there because this one is special and separate from all of that. I didn't want to take it from my 3 wishes.
Yes.
All right, but number 4, we're going to take back everything they stole from us.
Yeah.
Everyone who stole from us is going to pay the piper.
Oh yeah. Make sure.
Take your energy.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's
I think we gave him enough
Yeah.
questions for this evening.
I
Coming
think
from
we're
a
in a
young
good
man's
place.
point
Yes,
of view,
yes.
I think we have a great perspective of who you are as a Bahamian and who you are as an individual, your character, and exactly what we were looking for a nation to be built upon. So, like I say, I think that, hey, we need to continue our journey now
That's right.
to find out who
That's
these
it.
new leaders are who are trying to vie for our vote as young people.
Yeah, so I want to say thank you all for this interesting conversation. You all did a better job with questions than many people in the media.
That's right.
Many of them only ask what they get permission to ask, what they instructed to ask. They don't really touch nothing, offensive.
Yeah.
And so you all did a very good job. I'm looking forward for your all show, to seeing the debates, et cetera, et cetera. They behaving today, y'all. We didn't. I didn't record some of their shows. I didn't see some of their shows. They behaving today. I looking forward to seeing you all show and the intelligent debates that you all are gonna have on your show. And they don't always agree. But that's really how it's supposed to be. Because you can't learn if everyone agree with the same thing. And so, but we're gonna have some good discussions from a young people's perspective. I'm looking forward to the ladies being a part of it. And
The woman, they too spicy.
Yeah, and also he didn't really say the name of our show. Our show, the name of our show is Uncut 242. So just want y'all to know, Uncut 242.
You mean you get the cuss raw?
They get to be as real as they want to be. That's their show. Yeah. So however the young people talk, that's how they talk. So you all go and you'll have your education, you'll educate the people, you'll talk about what's entertaining out there, what's going on. And you ain't hiding behind a Facebook page. You are the young people of the Bahamas. It's the Bahamas that's for us.
Yes.
Right? So you're not the next generation. You are now.
You are now. That's right.
You ain't
Now.
Yeah. And so you ain't that no one to take. Yes. What we should do. And so I think that's it for us. I'm going to turn it back over to our host because COI Live is now hosted, and they say my show no more. So I'm going to turn it back to our host, Aisha Claire, and she's gonna end it right there. And so I was planning on going walk about in Pinewood tomorrow, but I'm going to spend time with my family tomorrow. So if y'all could please just give me a couple of days. My phone rings off the hook incessantly. People don't give me a break. But that's what I signed up for. But I need give me like 2 days to catch myself, and then I'll be back on the road. So we're gonna go back in Pinewood on next week Monday. But we're gonna be doing haircuts. I'm gonna probably do another live on Thursday to update you or put flyers, etc., on my Facebook this week. We're gonna be doing haircuts for persons on Saturday. So come Saturday and get your haircuts. It's going to be on the corner of Shirley Street and Camp Road. There's a green building right there. There's a barber shop in there. You're going to be able to come there and get your free back to school haircuts. So we're not competing with them with giving out books and bags and all that. We are paying them to do that. All right. And that's our money they're doing it with. We give them that money to do that. So if I pay you to do something, I ain't going to pay for it too. It's just simple as that. If I hire a maid to make up the bed, I'm making up the bed too. All right. We paid them to do this. All right. We're paying them a salary to organize the stuff, to organize the back to school stuff, and we are paying for the back to school stuff. And whenever they get donations to do it, that's from people they gave contract to, and that's our contract. All right. So that's our money. So we're not going to compete with them with that, but then we're going to make sure that what we can do is we're going to work out the haircuts, and for persons who need that, they can come on Saturday. All right. So I'm going to give some more details, but that's where it's going to be on Saturday. Okay. So we'll be there from 10 in the morning till 5. All right. Aisha Claire, take it away.
Well, we thank you, everyone, even our live audience. Give yourselves a round of applause. Wasn't that a wonderful segment with the next generation, our youth 242 Uncut?
Not the next.
well, this is the generation and the next generation. They represent all of that. Our children, children's children, all of that they represent.
Yeah.
So we are thankful for them and their insight. We are thankful to Mr. Bain for his insight and his information, and also her information, and always standing out there for the Bahamian people. We thank you for allowing us into your homes. There's a song that I was a child. This land is my land. This land is your land. From Grand Bahama to Inawa, from the Berry Islands to Meguana. This land was made for you and me. Let's remember that this is our country. And if we don't fight for it, we don't deserve it. So we're excited about what is happening again. We send out our condolences to Mr. Bain on the passing of his sister, and we understand that he would be out for a couple of days. And listen, he deserves it. He deserves the time to breathe and to be with his family. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being with us. Thank you for allowing us into your homes. Thank you for being the great Bahamians that you are. Thank you for being here, and we're going to save this country. We're going to save this country today. You and I, we're going to do it. So guess what? Each one, reach one, evangelize, call somebody, share the live, share the information. We're here for you. We want you to do this along with us. Let's do this together, Bahamas. Thank you, thank you, thank you again. See you next time.
God bless.
God bless you.
Awesome. Good stuff.
If they just kept operating according to what was acceptable and what was the standards, we would never be living